Good morning. Welcome to the E3 Weekly Market Report. It is the 29th of June. This is a Thursday. We have had the export sales just come out. We're going to go straight to those. The net sales for old crop 2016-2017 is 261,300. That's up 56% from the previous week and up noticeably from the 4-week average. Vietnam took 74,300, China took 49,600, India took 33,000. Let's see, the new crop sales, that's sales for 2017-18, net sales of 317,700 running bales, primarily were reported for China taking 94,800, Mexico taking 81,700, Pakistan taking 41,800, Vietnam taking 33,600. The actual shipments were at 249,600. Let's see the reaction. Cotton market was down 23 just before the report. Now cotton in now that's for December down 23. Right now December's up 3. So we have reacted initially in a very favorable way to this report. Let's now look at soybeans. Net sales of 312,400 metric tons, up noticeably from the previous week. Increases were reported for Bangladesh at 110,000 metric tons. The Netherlands took 79,600 metric tons. Indonesia took 43,200 metric tons. Looking here, very light new crop, and actual shipments of 344,200 metric tons. Soybeans, just before the report, July and November were up 5 1/4. Right now they're still there, up 5 1/4. Corn, we've got the corn number at 316,200 metric tons. That's down 40% from the previous week and down 33% from the 4-week average. Mexico took 144,900 metric tons. Japan took 106,600 metric tons. China took 58,200 metric tons. Corn, just before the report, corn was up 2 in July and December. Right now corn is up 2 to 2 1/4. No real change there. Wheat, net sales of 492,100 metric tons. Mexico took 157,600 metric tons. Indonesia took 135,100 metric tons. The Philippines took 97,600 metric tons. Wheat was up before the number. Wheat was up 8 3/4 in July wheat. Right now July wheat's up 9, so roughly the same area. Cotton continues to firm up 9 now in December. It's 67.74 with a high on the day of 67.77. Crop progress came out Monday. Let's look at that. Cotton's 94% planted, 34% squaring versus the previous week of 30%. 57% good to excellent. The previous week was 61%, so we saw slippage. The previous week before that one was at, I think, at 64% to 65%. So we've seen the last few weeks have shown consistent slipping of the crop, deterioration in the crop, and the market's starting to realize that now. Soybeans, we saw good to excellent, 66% good to excellent for soybeans. The previous week was 67%, 94% of the crops emerged. That's actually ahead of schedule, and 9% is blooming, and that's ahead of schedule. So that shows a crop in pretty good shape. Corn, 67% good to excellent. The previous week was 67%, so no change there. 4% of the corn, 4% is silking, and that's right on target for the average. Then we've got spring wheat, 72% good to excellent. The previous week had been 76%, so we're seeing the slippage in wheat. Let's take a look at the markets recently and just quickly comment and say the cotton market has bounced over the last week. We had seen a very big sell-off. From what we understand, most of that sell-off over the weeks was due to speculators that had rolled to December. The market dropped down to a technical level that made them want to start coming out, and as they did, it started to snowball, caused more liquidation, And after days of that, we were found ourselves at very low levels. Seems like most of that has subsided. We're starting to see good export business. So the market could be in a place now with the deterioration in the crop in recent weeks. We could be at a place to see a good bounce. And maybe towards 70 to 71.50 right now. We are at 67.65. Let's look at soybeans, corn, and wheat. We've seen a bounce in those markets. Soybean market over the last week has seen a bounce of about 21 cents. We're right now trading November soybeans at 9.26 3/4. That's up 5, and it's possible we could see that market bounce toward 9.40 to 9.50 off some weather concerns. I think all the grain markets, or at least corn and also soybeans, are going to remain extremely volatile and unstable. I don't think that's going to change for a while. So it's possible to bounce, get up into some resistance. Anyone that needs to do any selling really needs to consider it if that happens. December corn made its low a week ago at 374. It has not rallied much. December corn right now is 378 1/4. Could see a bounce possibly up toward 388 to 390 in the December corn if weather gets to be a problem during a key period for pollination. And who knows? I mean, we could see this thing moving up even more. September wheat has had a very strong rally the last 2 months. That crop has deteriorated, and as a result, we've seen this market moving up. Currently, the market in September wheat, Chicago, is 481 3/4. Could see the market bounce there even as high as $5 if we continue to see the kind of crop problems that we've seen as we are looking at spring wheat. So that's it. One last look. Cotton market's unchanged. It's not able to sustain its rally in December. I can only assume that speculators, for whatever reason right now, selling the market to come out of positions or maybe even to get short some positions. Soybean market is up 5, pretty close to where it was before these reports came out. Corn market up 2 1/4. That's right where it was. And the wheat market is right now up 10. It was up 8 3/4. So the wheat market continues to rally. That is it. We appreciate you joining us for the E3 Weekly Market Report, and we'll talk to you later. Thank you.